Okay.
Hey guys, what is up? I am back again with a different recipe this time. So today, I'm going to show you how to make Cowboy Casserole. So the first thing you're going to need is the cream and mushroom soup, which we have light and healthy.
Yeah, we have the healthier version. We're going to make this a little healthier today, so.
Yeah, so you're going to need the soup first, so you're going to need to scrape out the stuff or use a spatula. You can go either way. It doesn't really matter. The next thing you're going to need is the milk, which that's going to come second. If I could get it all out of there.
Alright, I think it's out.
Yeah, I think so too.
Alright.
Well, like, put that away. What's that? Okay, so then the milk comes second.
Alright, how much milk?
1.5.
1/2. Alright.
Sour cream, 1 1/3, and we're using
1/3, 1/3 of a cup,
yeah,
and
which was what's left.
that's pretty much what's left in the
Thing.
thing.
Exactly. So.
Alright, then you gotta mix that together.
Yeah, once I can get all what's left of that out of there. Alright, there's that. That's inside. Alright, now you need this thing.
Okay, whisk it together.
Which you have to whisk the sour cream and make sure you get it all in there.
Yep, you're gonna mix it together really good.
Otherwise you're going to make a mess if you don't.
Okay.
Okay. Next thing you're going to want is the onion powder, which comes next.
Alright, how much?
It's 1/4.
1
1.5.
teaspoon.
1 teaspoon. Sorry.
Okay.
Then you're going to need salt, pepper.
Uh-huh.
So that comes next.
There's 1/2 teaspoon of each one of those.
Yeah.
And then you're going to mix that up.
Which that comes
Yep.
now.
We're going to mix that together.
So let's see if we can get all this in there. Alright, here it goes. Okay, so the next thing is a pound of ground beef, which we already cooked already.
Yep, we cooked the ground beef, so we got our ground beef.
Okay, that's done there.
Yep.
Okay, next thing is 1.5 cup of corn, 1/2 cup of cheese, and bacon.
Okay, so we got the
is
corn,
right here,
1.5 cups of corn.
which is this whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then next up is the cheese, which is over here.
And that's 1/2 cup of cheese.
Yes. There's that. And then last but not least, the bacon.
And there's 1/2 cup of bacon, which is about 8 slices.
Yeah, or 10, depending on difficulty.
Right?
Now you're going to want to mix this whole thing.
Alright, you might want to take a not the whisk, but a spoon.
Or one of these things.
You can try that, but I don't think it's going to work, but we can try.
You can use a spatula or whatever you want to get all this cheese and this soup in there, just to make sure it's all the way.
Okay.
You can go either 2 ways, but it doesn't really matter.
Alright.
Get it all in there. Come on, get in there. Alright, I think I got it.
Let me see.
I'm digging it in there as best as I can with the soup.
Alright.
Yeah, you're right, Mom. I think I'm going to need a spoon for this.
Okay, yeah, you're going to need a spoon. So, grab a spoon.
Yeah, this will work.
Alright. Yep, that should work. You got to make sure everything is mixed together with that milk mixture.
Which is sour cream, milk,
And,
everything else in it.
yep.
If you want to make this at home, you can. If you want to. I mean, it's really not that hard. It's actually really easy. I almost got all this stuff mixed with the soup, the milk, the
Alright.
onion and bacon, corn, and all that.
Alright, let's see. Oh yeah, that looks mixed. I think it's ready for the casserole dish.
Alright, so what you want to do is you want to have your spoon and do this very slowly, because you can't just force it all in there. You just have to do it slowly just to make sure all this stuff is in there.
Alright.
Get all of that. Come on, get out of there, you slippery dog. Get out of there.
Alright, then take your spoon and you just...
You can use your spoon to spread it.
Yep,
you can
you
use
spread it out.
One of the bigger ones. But we're going to stick the tater tots on top this time. And
Yeah,
not,
we're gonna
on
do...
the bottom because it's pretty stupid if you stick it on the top.
Alright, get it all spread out.
It's better if you do it from the bottom instead of the top instead.
Alright, make sure it's
Like,
nice and even.
I got some bits out of that. Let me get what's left. Alright, there, that should be it.
Alright, get it all spread out.
And we're using tater bites.
Yeah, tater
instead.
tots. We're gonna put them on top.
So we're going to use this whole bag of tater tots, this whole thing.
Yep. And you gotta spread them out over top of...
Well, it's a whole bag of tater tots, so they'll spread on their own.
Alright.
Alright, let me move this whole
Spread
thing
'em out.
with my hands. Alright, there's all this.
And last but not least,
What's left of the cheese?
so it's another cup of cheese that goes on top.
Well,
Recipe said to do the cheese first and then do the tater tots, but I think it's better to do the tater tots than the cheese, so that's what we're doing.
If you want to make this for like a cowboy gathering or something, you can if you want. If you're a person that likes the Wild West, you can make this. If you're big fans of men like Clint Eastwood, then you're a true cowboy fan. So let's get all this cheese out of there.
Alright, and spread it out.
So the tater tots got
It's
stuck
fun.
to the thing.
Just spread it out.
I'm just gonna move my fingers just to keep it from,
Okay.
getting in the sink or whatever.
Alright, and then we're gonna put it in the stove.
Yeah, so we're gonna need gloves because you don't want to burn your hands. 'Cause burning
Alright,
your hands would be,
your favorite. Well, it's not hot right now, so.
well, burning your hands would be torture if you did.
Alright, so we're gonna put it in. The oven is set to 375, and it's
Yeah.
got to cook for 40 minutes.
Yeah.
So we're gonna put it in,
Yeah.
and then we will resume the video when it comes out. Alright, so we have taken it out of the stove,
Yep, and it's finished.
and it's very, very hot.
Yeah, it's
and
really cheesy.
I do suggest if you do this that you do the cheese before the tater tots instead of on top of the tater tots.
Yeah,
but
it doesn't really matter.
It still worked, so we will see how it tastes.
Yeah.
So, do you want me to do this or you want to do this?
If you guys wanna, make this at home, you can. Like I said.
Just be careful because the pan's really hot. It just came out of the stove.
I'm gonna cut some of this. Oops. Oh, God.
Alright,
This is why-
it's fine.
This is why I should have,
It's fine.
used a better thing instead of this spatula that's.
Alright,
making a
it's
mess.
fine. Alright. You want to take a bite?
Sure. Hold on. I need a fork or something.
There's a fork.
Okay.
Alright, so let's see if you like it.
It actually tastes like actually edible.
Okay, is it good?
Yeah, it actually is when you have tater tots, hamburger, and all the soup stuff with it.
Okay,
so it's not
alright,
so bad.
sounds good. Alright, well, I guess we're gonna go sit down and have dinner.